much because we lose the mic. Farman, I've got attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder. I can't keep still. So you need more microphone. Khair. Ya Ali Madad. Khub. When we want to sacrifice an animal on Eid Qurban, there is criteria for that animal. You don't go to the farm and pick up just masalan any sheep, right? The sheep has to be salim. He has to be kamil. So you can't complete. Yani you can't go to the farm and buy a sheep who's sick. You can't go to the farm and buy a sheep who's missing one eye or has a limp. Any imperfection, any naqs, they say in Arabic, deficiency in that animal, then that animal cannot be sacrificed for Eid al-Qurban. You can sacrifice him to eat for yourself. Your one-eyed sheep, your three-legged sheep that walks with a limp, you can kill him for yourself. But there's a message here when it comes to Eid al-Qurban. When you want to sacrifice something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it has to be the best. And we often don't think about this or accept this as a reality in our daily life. So I'll give you an example, and I'm sure you know this example well. If someone in the community gets a new refrigerator because their old refrigerator wasn't freezing good in the freezer, what do they do with the old refrigerator? Huh? Oh, that's what you do in California? Y'all got too much money. Y'all throw it away or recycle it. On the East Coast, what we do is we donate it to the masjid. No, for real. Come on, you don't have that experience? You get a new microwave in the house. The old microwave that was in the house, what do you do with it? You donate it to the masjid. Let's just say you got an old car in the driveway. Old car in the driveway. Car doesn't run good anymore. You need to put the car somewhere, because code enforcement will write you a ticket because the car that's not moving is in your yard. What do you do with the car? You take it to the masjid and park it at the masjid. When we want to donate to the center and raise funds for the center, right? What do we give in the way of Allah? The pocket change that we came to the masjid with in our pockets. So masalan, you stopped on the way to the masjid. You bought a Pepsi and I don't know, a pack of cigarettes. The $3 that you got left over, you put that in the sadaqah pan. This technique of giving works for the Christians. Now, I'll be honest with you. A Christian can come to church on a Sunday morning and put $5 in the collection pan, and it's good. You know why? Because there's what? Hundreds of Christians in that church. And I used to be a Christian. They don't have one service on Sunday. It's usually 2, maybe 3 services on Sunday. So let's just say there's 100 people in there, right? And everybody gives a $5. By the time you're done with your 2 services, you've made $1,000 in that day. If everybody just gives a little bit of money, that people that's in that masjid puts in a little money, in no time at all, you got $1,000. All 20 of you come in here and put $5 in the sadaqah pan. Now we can buy coffee and chai and milk for the center for a few weeks. This Eid is the Eid of sacrifice. And we have to learn something very important about building community in North America. Community is not built on convenience. Community is built on sacrifice. We can't organize the programs to be convenient for everybody. We can't organize the center that it's convenient for everybody's work schedule, family schedule, travel schedule, this, that, everything you're going on. What it takes to build community in North America is sacrifice. We have to give up a little bit of ourselves, of our free time, of the things that we love, of our money. Most importantly, because I know you get used to people getting up here and asking you for money. We need money. Money it makes things work. We got to pay the rent, the lights, the whatnot, right? We need to have that. But you know what we need even more than that? The good niyat of the people. We need the energy of the people. We need the people to attend and to be involved. It can't be a one-man center where one guy or two guys or three guys are making the whole agenda. It has to be a community affair. People have to attend and sacrifice from themselves for the community. They have to sacrifice their time. They have to sacrifice on their schedules. They have to sacrifice their money. They have to sacrifice their convenience. All too often I hear Muslims saying, I'm not going to the center tonight. Why not? I got something else going on. The game is on tonight. I don't want to miss the NBA playoffs. So we're not willing to sacrifice, to give up a little bit to build the community. Community cannot be built on what's convenient for each and every single one of us. Community must be built on the concept of sacrifice. This is what pulls us together and makes the bond between us. One of the reasons that we see all of us attend the same center, but we don't always have that close relationship with each other, is because we're not suffering together. We're not sacrificing together. Let's understand something. There's some things that bring human beings together, okay? That draw the human beings together. We've given many speeches on this because our aim and our goal is to create relationships between people and to strengthen those relationships between us, right? So praying together, it creates a relationship. And we have this in riwayat and in hadith, that praying together creates relationship with each other, okay? Eating together at the same sufre. Listen, I know Sheikh Muhammad is just like me. We were in the same classes. And we've been talking about this stuff for the last 20 years, right? Eating a meal together on a Saturday night or Friday night, whenever you have your program, is almost as important and maybe more important in some cases, right, than doing some a'mal together. We're not going to say making salat together. Eating together and praying together, it's equal. But if you have a choice between read some dua that's mustahab and eat together, then eat together. Because it creates connection between each other. Another thing is touching. After our salat, it's recommended that we shake hands and embrace each other. Touching each other, shaking hands, embracing each other, it creates connection. That's why it's haram for na-mahram to touch na-mahram. Right? Because by me touching you, I can send feelings. I can send love or I can send hate with my touch. I don't have to say anything. Just I touch you and you can feel the love or you can feel the hate. And this is why we control who touch who. Because touch is very powerful. So after salat, it's recommended that we touch each other, shake each other's hands, embrace each other. This creates connection between us. Praying together, eating together, embracing each other, they all create connection with us. Traveling together. One thing that's necessary for community to be drawn together is that we sacrifice of our time. Travel together. Go someplace an hour, 2 hours away as a community. Do a camping trip, some outing, something into that the community can get together and travel together. Because it brings people together. One of the best friends I have, I got to know him because we traveled together and his car got a flat tire on the way back from the camping trip. So by me returning to help him, now we have a relationship. Traveling together gives you the opportunity to build relationships. Last one that I'm going to mention to you then is suffering together. Sacrificing together. People who go through hardships together, help each other through difficulties, assist each other with their sacrifice. This creates relationship between the people. Even you go through some hardship with someone, later on in life, you'll always remember. You remember that time that me and you, like me and Sheikh Muhammad, why are we so close? We went through one summer in Qom where we were broke and had nothing to eat but bread and halwa. Bread and halwa for a summer will bring you closer together. Okay? You can't believe that Sheikh Muhammad survived on bread and halwa. I saw it from my own eyes. Okay? When you go through hardships and difficulties together, then it draws you closer together. Today is Eid al-Qurban. If we're going to heal the wounds that exist in our community as a whole, if we're going to unify our community in this area as a whole, if we're going to build relationships between ourselves and make Imam Ali Center a successful center for the propagation of Islam and for the strengthening of Iman in people's hearts, then it's going to take sacrifice. We're going to have to give from ourselves more than we're doing right now. We have to leave our comfort zone, get out of the convenience zone, and we'll finish it with this. I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but this is the rules in the universe. How many of us are looking for a miracle in your life right now? Raise your hand. Huh? Don't be ashamed. If you need a miracle in your life, put your hands up. Maybe it's money, maybe it's health, maybe you need a husband or a wife. There's something that you feel you need a miracle for, right? So I'm going to teach you about miracles now. Miracles do not happen when your bank account is full and your stomach is full. You can't have a miracle. You look at the history of Islam. You look at the miracles that have happened in the history of Islam, in the history of divine revelation. Miracles don't come for people who have another option. If you have a plan B, miracle is not for you. Miracles happen when you are facing the sea and Pharaoh's army is behind you. When there's nowhere else to run, that's when miracles happen. Okay? Miracles happen when you give away your iftar for 3 nights in a row. That's when miracles happen. You have to fast all day and then give away your futur to a traveler or a prisoner or a slave or somebody for 3 nights in a row before you can get the miracle on the 4th day. Miracles are not happening to us because we have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. And until we put ourselves on the line for Allah and put ourselves in a difficult position for the sake of Allah, give up on our convenience and accept sacrifice as our mode of life, right? Then we can't have miracles. Miracles aren't for us. Why? Our bank account is too full. And I'm not saying go empty your bank account now, right? Tomorrow, inshallah. Because it's Sunday today. What I'm trying to say is this. Only through sacrifice can we get to where we have to go. We're not going to do it convenient way. This is, when we say we want an American Islam, it's not going to be a remote control Islam. Sit in your lazy boy and click, 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 click. It's not going to be a remote control Islam. It's going to take work, hard work, and sacrifice in the cause of Allah. And that's when we'll see our miracles. That's when we'll get our miracles. When we put ourselves in the line of danger, when we put ourselves in risk for the sake of Allah. And you look at Ahl Bayt alayhim salam, this was their tradition. Muharram is coming, we'll finish with this statement then. Muharram is coming. And there's no greater example of putting yourself on the line for the cause of Islam than Imam Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam. It's not until we're able to sacrifice and give of ourselves and put ourselves in danger and in risk and in the line of fire for the cause of Allah that we will begin to get miracles, and we will begin to get the rewards, and we'll be able to move forward. None of this, however, is possible without sacrificing, insha'Allah. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should have mercy on our souls. Ya Allah, guide us in your straight path. Strengthen our limbs in your service, Ya Allah. Make firm our feet on your path. Ya Allah, hasten the appearance of your Imam and make us his helpers and supporters upon his return. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. آمين رب العالمين. صلوات. Eid Mubarak to each and every one of you, inshallah. Salawat.